Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 122. This is for the week of November 1st, 2015. Although as we record, it is in fact Halloween, spooky day.
Nightmare night,
whatever, etc., blah, blah, blah. I'm Nemesis, and joining me, right as you heard, is Alcatraz.
Yo.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Halo 5 came out. I've been crazy digging that a lot. It's a lot of fun.
It's pretty fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm having a blast with it.
The multiplayer is definitely up to par. Definitely better than 4. Campaign...
I still think that campaign's better than 4.
Well, it's better than 4, just not as much as I was hoping. A lot of people are saying the story is not as good.
I think it should have been 4's story.
It's better than 4, but it's not as good as it should have been.
Oh, well, it's still an improvement.
Yes, but the bar's not very high to begin with.
Anyway, we have ponies to talk about, including the quote-unquote new episode.
It's new for me. I didn't watch it before.
And we also have to start off with some news and a few songs at the end of the show. Anyway, if you want to follow along with the news, go to pony411.libsyn.com/shownotes. LIBSYN is how you spell it. You want to follow along there and get more information than our little blurbs. To get started, in convention news, Thai PonyCon has made several announcements, including teleconferences with M.A. Larson and Andrea Libman.
And teleconference with M.A. Larson, they will not experience his Sharpie.
Oh, he'll probably write on the camera or something. Or have someone there by proxy.
Signage by proxy.
Anyway, speaking of M.A. Larson, he will be attending Hearthswarming Con in February. That's over in, I believe, was it the Netherlands? Yes.
Something like that.
Netherlands. And Lauren Faust is attending BabsCon next year. She's come back in the convention circuit, it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty good to see her back into that.
Anyway, in fandom news, Brony Study is doing another poll. Want to participate because apparently it's for a book they're doing.
Ah, yes.
Go look into that. The fan game Rise of the Clockwork Stallions is now out. And there's also a release trailer for it.
Yeah, I saw some gameplay of it. I'll just say it's interesting. I'll leave it at that.
I remember playing a demo a little bit way back. I found it kind of fun, but that was a long time ago. Speaking of games, Them's Fightin' Herds has released Chapter 4 of the Book of Lore dealing Paprika. They're apparently supposed to release 5, but there was delays.
Yeah, don't know what the delay was. Alice just said something about, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, she just said my bad.
Bad.
Because it's about palm.
Yes. Puns.
Yes. Well, she's shown she's not afraid of using them.
Puns are great.
Watch is going to come out. Chapter 5 is going to come out after we record. So if it does come out, yay, there it is. We'll link it too. Otherwise, well, whatever. And kind of a disappointing news. Horrible People Productions, the team behind Twilight Sparkle's Secret Shipfit folder, is closing down.
Yep, apparently they just don't want to be...
They just don't want to do it anymore.
Don't want to do it anymore.
They said they're open to selling the company, but...
Someone's going to have to make an offer that's worth the time and stuff.
In merchandise news, you want a disembodied pony head for a pillow? Canal Toys has you covered. And you're even do-it-yourself. There's a Rainbow Dash, a Twilight, and a Pinky, as right now.
What is with the disembodied pony heads? Because I remember a while back there was a little pony head plushie things. And now we have disembodied pony head pillows.
Well, the headless horse has to find something.
I guess.
And yet another Hikari Rainbow Dash has been revealed. This one is the Glitter Noir variant, and it's available at Entertainment Earth and Gemini Collectibles at $50 and limited to 1,500 pieces.
Dang.
This one, basically it's a dark version. That's just why it's noir.
Yeah.
Another MLP album is being released, and this one is a Christmas album. Yes. Actually Christmas, not Hearthswarming.
It says Christmas, and the songs are
Christmas songs.
Traditional Christmas songs
sung
for
by
us.
The ponies.
Yes.
And Spike.
Okay.
And Spike. So far, it seems like it's only available for pre-order on iTunes.
Yeah.
Might come out on the services if they trend towards releasing them on things besides iTunes, but there's still 2 albums which are still mysteriously absent from everything else.
Yeah. The interesting thing about that album, the album cover, they're all in the Friendship Castle, yet Twilight doesn't have her wings.
I think someone goofed up. It happens. It's like, what was it?
Megan McCarthy said they have their best man on the job.
Yeah, M.A. Larson. It's like, what was those weird vectors I've seen before where it's just like colors are changed for no reason or things are just missing or whatever. It happens all the time, just weird stuff. I think there's one there that, there's that, initially when they had that Twilight, she literally had no front hooves.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, they weren't there. And it's like, guys, you forgot something.
Someone didn't export the vector right.
Anyway, in comic news, the final cover and contents of the Art is Magic book have been revealed. It's going to have interviews with many of the artists of the comics, as well as some samples of their artwork. So if that interests you, you should probably check that out. Anyway, speaking of those artists, Agnes Garboska, Tony Fleeks, and Jay Fosgate have all released sneak peeks of upcoming issues of the comics. And in our final bit of news, yes, we are already at that point. Friendship is Magic stuff. This was an inevitability, really, but Daily Motion uploads of the MLP episodes are now getting pulled because of copyright claims.
Yeah,
it's finally happened.
It's hitting Daily Motion now.
It's getting harder and harder to be a freeloader.
Yep.
Or just, not living in the U.S.
Yeah. I think last we heard they hadn't caught up on the new episodes yet. They've been hitting old episodes, but
it's going to get there eventually.
It'll get there.
It's inevitable. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah,
that was the news.
That's
really
it.
Short this week.
Really short, not much. Dang.
I guess everyone's too busy being scared. Speaking of which, new episode. It leaked about a month and a half ago, actually. In September when iTunes wasn't paying attention.
Great job, Apple.
Yeah, so it's Scaremaster, a new Nightmare Night episode.
Yay!
And just to summarize real quick, it's about mostly about Fluttershy and her dealing with trying to get over her fear of Nightmare Night. She usually stays at home under her bed, like literally under her bed.
Literally.
Anyway, her friend, she winds up having to go out because she doesn't have the food for Angel, and her winds up meeting her friends, and Spike brings it up, and she's like, I'm going to try to do Nightmare Night this year. And her friends try to include her on all their activities, including scary stories and games and whatnot, but Fluttershy keeps freaking out about every single one of them, and then they give Fluttershy the chance to scare them so she can still participate. Goes very poorly, because she's not very good at it, or at least it seems like it. Then Angel inspires her to try again, and they go through the Apple family haunted maze, and that's when Fluttershy gets them with a whole big ol' show, and terrifies them, but Fluttershy realizes she doesn't like doing it, so she's decided, since she doesn't like it, she's just not going to do it again. And it's okay. There we go, at the end. This was an interesting episode. It kind of... sometimes it does... Fluttershy episodes do often retread the same common ground of Fluttershy scared or something. And some of them handle it better than others. This one is probably on the better side of everything, where it handles Fluttershy being scared. Although they did make a reference to the Philly Vanilli episode of she was scared of seeing in public, and they made blatant reference to that. Like, it was something I was scared of, but now I'm fine with it. Well, apparently she got okay with it eventually. But it was interesting because rather than her just saying, I love this now, she still doesn't like it because she doesn't want to scare her. She doesn't like seeing her friends terrified, even if they're perfectly safe. She doesn't like it, so she's not going to do it. Even she is technically good at it. Or at least good at it once she gets Angel involved.
Yeah, Angel's evil.
Evil little rabbit. No one likes you. Except for Fluttershy because she's blind or something. Whatever. So this was actually a pretty fun episode, I think. Although I think Luna Eclipse was a better Nightmare Night episode. But then again, a lot of people will probably say that because Luna.
It's Luna, oh my god. Luna wins all polls simply because she's there. Although I will actually agree with you. I do think Luna Eclipse was better than this, but not to say that this was bad. Again, this was a really fun episode, I think. And yes, while it does sort of retread the whole, Fluttershy is afraid of everything, it does so in a different way, and it comes to a different conclusion. The point of it is different. It's the whole...
Yeah.
One of this show doesn't really have the whole... a moral for every episode as much as some other ones. They still sort of do that, but
do that very heavily.
Yeah, this one's, if I were to say this one's moral or lesson, was the whole
it's okay not to enjoy something your friends enjoy.
Exactly. They don't, just because they're your friends doesn't mean you always have to do everything together. Sometimes they'll have their own things that they do, and that's pretty much this whole thing is everyone does Nightmare Nights, but Fluttershy doesn't have to, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. I did like it's like, yeah, Fluttershy's just wet blanket the entire time. It's like, yeah, every single time they try to accommodate her, it just ruins everything pretty much. It's like, oh, we
Also,
can't sell scary stories because, well, Fluttershy won't like it. Let's play pin the tail or pin the porn on Nightmare Moon, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's like,
on Nightmare Moon.
Oh, she's freaked out because she didn't want to be blindfolded. So I guess never mind. Oh, we'll just bob for apples. But what if I can't? Okay, candy. But what if I'm eating candy and I can't?
Yeah, Fluttershy overthinks so many things.
I can see why you could see they're just kind of getting just irritated. But Dash was not very good at hiding being irritated.
Dash doesn't have very much in the way of tact. This is a known thing.
Only like 90%. I did like that. Just throw the candy at her. And then the laughing is like, oh, you're serious.
That was a great line.
And Fluttershy, it was weird though when Fluttershy tried to scare them at the tea party. It was like the fear she tried to use the kind of the slow dread of when you're an adult the fear you have as an adult. That's not the sharp fear. It's that lull. But what if?
Oh god!
And you just kind of spiral from there.
Yep.
Although it was funny, Fluttershy, as many people pointed out, Fluttershy is a weeaboo, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh, look, the little drawings she made are all anime references.
Yep.
Including Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and Ranma. How about that? Pretty silly. On the note, the costumes. I liked how they didn't have the same costumes as last time.
Yeah, they got all
different costumes because I was half expecting Twilight turns and Twilight goes out with Star Swirl every year or something. No, she went out as a soldier.
Yeah, like a Roman centurion.
And Dash was a space pony.
Yeah.
Pinky was I guess roller girl.
Skater girl.
Yeah. Rarity was a mare, sea pony.
Shoo-be-doo.
And who was it?
Applejack was a lion.
Yeah, Applejack was just funny because last time she was a scarecrow. Well, lion, scarecrow, and a tin man.
I'll have to
maybe next time?
Maybe next time we'll have a tin man. Season 6.
Or something. Season 7.
Or she just goes to Dorothy.
Hey. Don't say she can then carry Winona around. And Fluttershy was a masquerade. Well, masquerade without the mask.
Yeah. She just wore a black dress.
Yeah. Although they did, again, because, of course, Flutterbat makes her new appearance. And
yes.
Well, sort of. She's dressed up. Because early in the episode, we have Rarity trying to help her find a costume. And it's like, now, Vampire Bat Pony. No. Definitely not. It's like, yeah, I can see why you don't want to touch that one. Then apparently Fluttershy went and grabbed that costume and wore it for... I found funny it was actually already carded yellow for Fluttershy. It's like...
Yeah. I wonder where they got inspiration for that costume.
Yeah, that she did the whole Flutterbat thing again at the end, trying to scare them. Yeah, they're all terrified, and they loved it, but...
Fluttershy did not.
She freaked. She's like, oh, wow, they're actually terrified. I don't like this.
Yep.
And also like, oh, that was kind of cool. It actually looks skeleton. Like, hey, look, there's a skeleton.
Yeah, I actually saw them use pony
Hey, look,
skeletons.
spooky stuff.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Look, it's Granny Smith. No, it's not.
And the head falls off Granny Smith. I was not expecting that.
That's the horse mask.
Oh, yeah, the horse mask. That was
like...
hilarious. First, we have them sneaking the horse mask frame in the 100th episode. Now they have
horse mask in the show.
Direct horse mask
reference. Actual horse mask, which is like...
It's kind of funny because yesterday I actually wore my horse mask to work.
Yeah.
Same one.
But it's kind of weird because it's like, well, what does this mean exactly? It's like, it's a realistic horse mask in the pony world, and does this mean it's like supposed to be like one of those ugly masks like we have here? Because people have those just ugly person masks. So it's like, is that what's supposed to be in this world? Because that would make sense. And
possibly.
That makes the most sense to me, because otherwise it's like, you got some weird questions popping up. I think I was gonna say it's supposed to be an ugly pony mask.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Although Pinky did that one thing in the Mirror Pool episode.
No, it's just making a reference to G1.
G3. Yeah.
It was just making a goofy reference and just making a silly face.
Also,
this is what happens. You overthink things.
Yeah. Oh, and we can't forget the bear.
Oh, yeah,
What
Bear.
is his name? Harry.
Yep.
Harry's costume.
Yep, just
Like-
as basically
What was it, a creature from the
sea
Black
monster.
Lagoon?
Yeah, sort of.
Kind
Pretty
of a
similar,
thing?
not quite the same, but it's essentially that's what's supposed to evoke.
Yeah.
Sea monster, who's underground. Don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
Oh, and of course, Applejack trying to play off. She's not scared.
I'm not
No,
scared.
I wasn't scared.
I
I'm just
know all
really
about
good at
this.
acting. And
Nope.
then running off. Then it's Granny. And then Ted falls off. And then runs off
Nope.
screaming. Everyone's just looking at it. And then they run off screaming. One thing I'm glad of is the Cutie Mark Crusaders did appear in this episode, but their costumes were designed in such a way that you didn't see their Cutie Mark, which was a good thing because this episode was airing after when they get the Cutie Marks. So it could have been a massive spoiler with it when this leaked
Oh
early.
yeah, that
wasn't
could
the
have
case.
been. Oh wow, yeah, that could have been really bad.
Yeah, because
This leaked out so early. If they hadn't,
Oh boy, that could have
oh
gone bad.
jeez, things would have.
Oh, that reminds me, the Cutie Mark Crusaders were TPing a tree next to Rarity's boutique.
Yeah, actually TPing it.
I guess toilet paper confirmed in Equestria.
Okay, yes, we already had outhouses, but
Toilet paper confirmed,
toilet paper confirmed.
I guess. Yeah. I was half expecting Luna to appear somewhere in the background, but nope.
Or at least another reference. I mean, a few times they focused in on the moon. I was like at
Yeah.
the very end, I think they focused in on the moon. I was expecting something to happen with it, but nothing did.
Not really. Oh, I did remember at the very beginning there's one of the ponies that's dressed as a changeling. That's like, well, that would be
It
scary.
would be funny if it was a changeling
Just as
disguised as a
disguised
pony.
just
that's
as a
dressed
changeling.
as a changeling.
Actually, that's one time a year a changeling could go walk around without anyone.
Until someone goes, "That's
Really
a
good.
really good
Thanks.
costume. That's unusually good."
It's my costume making is my special talent. Yep. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Yeah, it's a fun episode. It's got a lot of little visuals here and there. Probably. Oh, my name is Derpy or Muffins as
As
Princess Twilight. Just in the
Oh,
brief
it's-
little thing. It's like, oh,
At first, I
Interesting.
thought it was Twilight. I was like, "Wait, no, she's running with the group."
yeah, it's Derpy as Princess Twilight.
Oh.
How about that?
I wonder how many people dress up as the princess. I wonder how awkward that is for Twilight. Why are
Hi.
you dressed up as me?
Because you're royalty, and you're, according to that one episode, you're currently the most popular princess in Equestria. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's a fun episode.
it's fun. I could see this being an episode to rewatch.
I mean, it's like I said. I think Luna Eclipse is a better episode,
I think
Overall?
Luna is more fun.
partially because also Luna Eclipse also has some more, I guess, deeper stuff in it.
Mhm.
This one's a pretty straightforward Fluttershy episode until like the end.
Yeah, it doesn't
was
introduce
fun.
a huge amount of new things.
It was just kind of fun watching them just get the awkwardness of Fluttershy kind of forcing them to change every single plan they had because they're trying to accommodate her. I also like that bit with the candy bag and just Fluttershy freaks out and Pinky just
Silently
just
Nope.
pulls it back behind the counter. Okay, fine.
All right.
So it was fun.
It was.
Oh no! Oh yeah, so Spike was that's what it was. Spike was the two-headed version of himself.
Yep.
Spike likes dressing as dragons. You think he's got an
Yes.
inferiority complex or something?
Although I was a little bit at the very end, Fluttershy literally ripped his second head off,
Yep, ruined the costume.
ruined the and he didn't care.
Yeah, and then again, costumes are kind of usually are one time wear and then you toss it.
They can be sometimes,
Especially if it's homemade and it looks like you're gonna fall apart any second.
unless you're
Anyway,
Rarity. Pretty sure she makes hers to last.
yeah, hers would last, and she expects you to keep them.
Yeah.
Forever. It was fun.
It was.
And
was
I think
good.
There's not much else to say.
It was a fun Nightmare Night episode.
Yeah. Nothing super cool or nothing super deep about it. Nothing particularly like we can get caught up on.
We've had a few episodes now in a row with there hasn't been a huge amount of. You had one, really big one
Yeah.
that had a bunch of big stuff, and then light ones so far, which isn't a bad
Wondering
thing.
now
but-
how next week is gonna pan out.
Yeah, which one do we have next week?
Discord.
What
What about Discord?
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting to watch. We're gonna have to see like how much of a friend does Twilight consider Discord to be.
Yeah, that one might be much more in-depth, much more meat to that episode.
Because we've already seen they're pretty standoffish at times, but until the end of season 4, so that's going to be interesting to watch. Although even afterwards, with the gala, it's like, you better not mess this up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
So I guess we got to move on, because I've said that's it like multiple times now.
That's it. That's
exactly.
it.
Fan content.
Yes.
Start off with 3 songs found by Alc7raz there.
Yep, I said 3 of them. We'll start off with a remix of Light of Your Cutie Mark by Sayonara Maxwell. This it's a heavy electronic, I want to say. I'm not entirely certain what genre to call it, but say it's more the heavy electronic that uses vocal splicing from the original song. This one, I thought it was all right. It was pretty good. One thing that interested me, the original, because of how it flowed, I don't think lends itself to remixes very well, because the beginning and it changes all throughout the song. I think this one changed up enough so that they were able to. So that's one reason why it caught my attention. But otherwise, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. One first thing I noticed is it's a very hard song.
Mm-hmm. Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy
hard, heavy. Not hard style.
No, not hard style. It's just.
But it's a very hard and heavy song. It's. I'm trying to think of how to.
I want to say dark, but it's not dark.
No, it's not dark. I'm trying to think. The bass line is has a very I don't know, like concrete sound to it. Like it's very hard.
Yeah.
To it. It's not bouncy.
And it's got a crunch to it.
Yeah.
It's like the metal version of electronic.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting remix, I think. There was this one line. It's not the remix's fault. It's from the song itself, which was the awkward line lyric in the original song lyric. Because it was like you can hear Diamond Tiara pretty much missing the notes, and it's included in this song. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think most of it just comes from it's a very different sort of bass line than we're used to.
Yeah. The next one I have is an original. This is Into the Everfree by Synthis.
The darkness within the trees, the monsters from deep unknown. My friends all are telling me I shouldn't go. Don't go into the Everfree. 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 And I mean it when I say the forest is no place for ponies to go play alone.
It's very smooth and mellow. The vocal electronic song, again, I'm not entirely certain what genre it is. Yeah, it's nice and relaxing. It's just one of those, just kind of put on, just kind of in the background, just listen to it when things are nice and calm. It's got a filling sound too. It's not like super just light. It still has that room filling kind of sound where you can just put your headphones on or whatnot and crank it up and just kind of sit back and relax to it. Or to have it on the background while you're doing something. So, I liked it.
I liked the intro a lot. The way it started off. The sounds right there, the music at the beginning. That was really good. There was at one point one of the lyrics kind of has awkwardly phrased. It's one of those things, just kind of an awkward phrased lyric. It's like, that doesn't quite fit. The words don't quite fit in the space you're putting them into, but it was a one-time thing. It didn't happen like constantly. It was just literally one line. I've said this a lot about some songs recently, but it has a bit of a pop feel to it.
Nothing wrong.
But some EDM, like particularly towards like about 3/4 of the way through the song, there's like definite EDM stuff, but it's got a lot of the song feels very much like pop. I would disagree that it's mellow. It's not like high energy, but it's not really that mellow either. It's kind of a happy medium right between, particularly because the EDM elements kind of boost the energy a bit. But overall, I think it was actually a pretty good song.
The last one I have, and this one's a little bit different, Luna's Swing, and it's by, they say it's Charlie's Nation. It's actually Fritzy Beat and Micro Thunder.
Swing, the northern wing of our castle did it lay, where time would fly singing lullabies through the night and day. Now it stands there all alone, not a soul upon its chains.
Like the kinship we once shared, no, nothing now remains. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-shoop-bop-shabba-dabba-dabba-dabba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba,
It's swing. You don't get swing very often,
No.
especially not from these two. These two tend to do more of the bouncy electronic, and now we have swing. I thought it was pretty well done for swing. Also, this is outside the norm for definitely Fritzy Beat, and his voice is lower. I think he's in a lower register, and I think he does better in this register than normal.
Yeah, like I said, it's swing. And it's weird because it's swing, but it's got a heavier bass than most swing does. Which is interesting, actually. I kind of was like, oh, that's surprising. You don't really expect that much bass to a swing song.
I think that comes from Micro Thunder, because Fritzy Beat wrote the lyrics and did the singing, but he had Micro Thunder do all the instrument part.
Yeah.
He sent it to him. And
Yeah, it's
described it, and he
interesting
did
because swing usually doesn't have that heavy of a bass to it, but this one does, and I find that it's just interesting to hear, and I actually kind of like it. And I also like the sax bits.
Yeah.
The sax bits constantly in the background. And yeah, it's like Fritzy Beat. I remember that's the guy who's been
the voice is kind of nasally.
This guy did a lot better. I think so. I agree with you.
He dropped.
Because he
dropped
dropped
register.
He dropped
I think he's more of his native range.
Dropped a little bit, so
yeah,
it sounds better. And I hope he hears this and takes that to heart. It's a very catchy song. Swing is very rare. I think we actually, long before you came on, we did have one swing song way back when.
I think I can't remember if I've done a jazz one before.
It was
but jazz and swing are very similar.
It was a swing song way back when it was actually kind of a risque jazz swing one. I remember that.
I vaguely remember hearing that one.
But swing is a very rare genre in this fandom to hear, so it's really cool to hear it.
Yeah.
It's done well, too.
The lyrics and story on this one is a little bit interesting, talking about an old swing set. Luna's old swing set. Yeah, swing and swing set.
I see what you did there.
So yeah, those are the songs I have.
I don't have a new fanfic. It happens. But once again, Factory Sunlight updated. Not surprising. This is going to be pretty much a regular feature until this fic's over, I'm pretty sure. Unless he takes a break. Yeah, it's just after the last chapter, just Twilight just kind of talking to family and just getting to know the main six people a little even more so than she did, like one-on-one time with some of them, because she promised to, and she's actually admitting, oh hey, like this is fun.
Yeah,
so, it's a pretty straightforward chapter.
Yeah, it fills in some of the things. I actually read this one on time.
Oh.
Yeah, and it fills in some things and adds in some backstory elements here and there when she's talking to the individual main six. So it was kind of nice. She's growing on.
Yeah, she's
to
growing.
Yeah,
she's growing as a person, and they're growing on her.
Yep, and she's growing on them.
Yep, because especially with Dash in particular, that's a very important one.
That's very important. And a little interesting bit with that one too, the baseball game. I'm wondering if that's going to come back. They're going to talk about that whole event.
So that's it right now. There's no other updates, and I didn't have really. There's one I thought about it, but then it's like.
Was it trash?
Yeah,
it was trash
again. Well, sort of. It's a really interesting one, because it's like it fits with Halloween, but whatever. And it's albino corn.
Oh.
Albino corn's really good.
We're gonna feature him.
Exactly. It's like I've already featured him 3 times now, at least.
Let's give some other.
So it's like I probably should mellow out on that. Stop fanboying over albino corn.
Yeah, let's give some other authors a chance here.
Which I did a couple of times. It's just. But anyway. That's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, you can listen to past and future episodes on pony411.libsyn.com. Again, it's Libsyn. You can also listen to us on iTunes. Search for Pony411 and subscribe. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. You can subscribe, like, comment, etc. Anyway, there's also Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or the apps on iOS or Android. You can listen to us on Ponyville FM every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, or ponyvillelive.com. You can find us there. It's now really fast. I noticed that the second it's public on YouTube, it's up on Ponyville Live pretty much now, which is really nice for all of you. You can find it there. If you want to contact us, you can do so via email, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Comments, criticisms, questions, news tips, if you are a big name in the fandom and just happen to stumble across us and you're like, hey, I want to go with an interview with him. Cool. If you want to contact us other means, there's Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Like us there. New episodes are listed there all the time. Or via Twitter, we're at pony411. That is our primary way of contacting everyone and talking to you guys and just saying random nonsense. You can also contact us via our personal Twitters. I am at Nemesis Prime 1, and he's at Alcatraz with an underscore at the end and a 7 instead of a T. Again, more random nonsense, particularly for me.
Yeah.
Me complaining about Heroes Reborn, even though I keep watching it like an idiot. But that is it. Tune in next week. Again, we will be talking about What About Discord. That should be a lot of fun. But it could also be one of those episodes that someone pointed out. These episodes have been going like heavy, kind of heavy, funny, feelings, funny,
Yeah.
And so that's by all default, it should be next week should be break the trend because it's Discord. So usually that means automatic funny, but it could also be a feelings and funny, which will be an interesting thing.
It is Discord.
Dramedy.
It could be rather chaotic.
Chaotic feelings. So typical, normal feelings then.
When are feelings not a little bit chaotic?
So that's it. Tune in next time, and don't forget, please, pony responsibly, guys.
See ya.
Goodbye.